Marissa with RoadRUNNER magazine, and I'm coming to you from beautiful South Africa, where we've been riding Husqvarna's latest travel machine, the Norden 901 Expedition. But before we jump right into the Expedition model, let's backtrack and take a look at the origin of the Norden itself. Released in 2022, this long-awaited model was Husqvarna's answer to the ADV boom. Norden, a Swedish word meaning the north, was chosen for this model not only because of the location of the company's origins, but because it represents a bike that can do anything and take on the toughest of challenges. This important step for the brand is a sentimental link between its past and a promising future.
Looking for more exciting motorcycle travel, editorial, reviews, news, and resources for planning your next motorcycle tour? RoadRUNNER.
Now, I'll answer the biggest question surrounding this bike. How does the Norden 901 differ from the KTM 890 Adventure? As most would expect from sister companies, the base of the Norden is indeed the proven KTM 890 Adventure platform. The 890S variant is oriented towards road and light off-road touring, with a lower seat height and minimally adjustable 43mm WP Apex suspension. Meanwhile, the 890R is a bit taller and aimed at more serious off-road riding conditions with fully adjustable 48mm WP Explore suspension. The Norden 901 falls right in the middle, both in terms of features and price tag. The quickly adjustable seat height sets riders right in between the 890S and the 890R. This trend continues with the selection of suspension components. The Norden is equipped with a fully adjustable version of the 43mm WP Apex suspension used on the 890S, giving you a finer degree of control where needed. The most noticeable difference, of course, is the styling of the 901. It takes cues from the older, classic rally-styled adventure bikes. This is something that KTM has somewhat strayed from with the 890 and its love it or hate it styling. Any modern adventure bike is going to come with some degree of electronic aids. The Norden features 3 ride modes, ABS, and traction control as standard. Street, rain, and off-road mode allows you to modulate traction control and ABS depending on the riding conditions. The optional Explorer mode is sold separately and allows you to customize your settings. In Explorer mode, you can quickly adjust cornering-sensitive traction control through 9 levels when conditions change suddenly. You can make on-the-fly adjustments using up and down arrows on the left side of the handlebar without stopping or even slowing down. The Norden weighs in at 450 pounds dry, and while it's still a mid-sized ADV bike, it feels light and very well balanced. The fuel tank holds 5 gallons of Go Juice, but the low-slung design keeps you from feeling all that weight. Plus, you'll get around 240 miles out of that tank. The Norden 901 will inspire confidence even in newer adventure riders, yet allows a fully customizable level of analog control for the seasoned vets who want to embrace their inner hooligan. And that's not something that has happened much since the end of the KTM 990 era. Now, let's look at what's been updated with the Expedition model. The Norden 901 Expedition aims to make long-distance travel a little more comfortable. It's still the same Norden we've come to love over the last year, a double overhead cam 889cc parallel twin engine, provides 105 horsepower and has a quick shifter. It's the same frame, swing arm, wheels, and fuel tank. It's wickedly quick, nimble, and easy to ride for a big dirt bike. Plus, long service intervals mean you can stay on the road for a long time before the bike needs attention. But what makes the Expedition the ultimate travel machine? For starters, it's got all new suspension. The Expedition is equipped with 48mm WP Explore forks, increasing travel by almost an inch over the standard Norden. The same goes for the rear with the Explore PDS shock. The slightly higher ground clearance and seat height closely match that of the 890R. The Expedition also has updated ABS settings, which are now linked to the ride modes. Street and off-road modes automatically activate the relevant ABS setting. The Explorer mode I mentioned earlier, well, it comes standard on the Expedition model, and it's what I found myself using most of the time I was on the bike. Despite the great updates to the ride settings, there were some minor issues. The computer would occasionally reset to street mode at random when I shut the bike off. Sometimes using the engine off toggle switch, sometimes the key. With no predictable workaround, it was quite annoying. Imagine stopping the bike on a sandy, rocky hill only to realize traction control and ABS had reset to maximum intervention. It's not something I want to think about every time I turn off or accidentally stall the engine. But compared to the electronic controls on many other adventure bikes, it's still one of the best systems out there. The remainder of the updates focus primarily on peripherals and protection. There's a bigger and more robust skid plate, a touring windshield, heated grips and seat, and soft luggage. All of this comes standard on the bike, with a few additional options like aluminum backbone handguards, a windshield spoiler, and hard luggage. The only thing I didn't care for was the height of the windshield, which came dangerously close to my face a few times. Everything else, well, I sure was comfortable. Think of the Norden 901 Expedition as the KTM 890R with touring accessories. It's designed to be ready to go out of the box, and for a lot of riders, that's exactly what they want. What would I choose if I was in the market for one of these bikes? Well, it's subjective, but I much prefer the looks of the standard Norden over the Expedition and 890. However, I would want the higher suspension travel and ground clearance, as well as beefier protection. I'd choose my own aftermarket soft luggage, and the Explorer ride mode is a non-negotiable. So, it really comes down to the fact that no bike is going to be perfect out of the box for all riders, and that's okay. With so many options out there, there's something for everyone. And my choice among them all would be the Norden.
If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button at the bottom so that you can stay up to date on all of our latest motorcycle, touring, and travel related videos. We have new videos released weekly, and as always, thanks for watching.